So when Alexis first came to me, I was really excited about the idea. He's obviously a visionary and has a great track record at supporting and investing in women's sport. So I thought, perfect opportunity for track and field. I knew we had a great product, and Alexis was really eager to learn about it. And he wanted to learn about what we wanted to see in track meets, what we wanted to see happen, and what we could do better in the sport. And that's really what this is about. And so being a part of that was such an honor. And I'm so thrilled to be here a few months later and to actually see it all come into fruition in such a short amount of time. I think we're all just so stoked to be here. It's an amazing opportunity.
Sure. What's your own post-Olympics journey been like? It seems like you're trying to capitalize, but at the same time you're competing. Give us a little bit of sense of what that's like.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an entirely new world for me. I'm definitely not used to it, so I'm still kind of figuring it out and getting comfortable with what life looks like right now. But there's been so much opportunity, and I've been having so much fun just doing fun events and going to other sporting events. And of course, I'm still training, so that's a little bit challenging. Just kind of balancing being an elite athlete and also taking advantage of all these great opportunities that I have. So I've been preparing as best I can mentally and physically for this meet, so I can't wait to go compete against these incredible women that I'm lined up against. But it's definitely been challenging.
Is it something more of like a personal, I can't wait to do this, or do you feel that you are kind of pushing track as well, your sport, into the forefront?
I mean, this is bigger than myself, and it's bigger than this race. It's bigger than just the six of us lining up, right? It's really about what we're doing for women's sports and what this event in particular means for women's sport and for track and field. So I think we're all just, it's not lost on us how big of an event this is, just for track and culturally. And so I think we're excited to go out there and compete for that reason. And we love running. Every lady who's here and is lined up in this 200 and all the other races, we love competing. It's just what we do. And so we're going to share that with the world and hopefully push the sport forward.
Can you tell me a little bit about your emotions to compete at Athlos and New York? I mean, Icon is a prospect, so I'm excited to see what you can do here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't particularly run fast here. I'm going to be completely honest. I never have, but I'm really excited because this track in the stadium is historical and it's great. I know there have been some world records broken here in the past. It's in New York, so you get an amazing turnout, very diverse group of fans, and the energy is great. I'm looking around right now, and it looks very different from what I'm used to in a very good way, and so I'm so excited to see what this meet looks like and when it's all finished. But I'm so excited. I mean, this is really going to be one for the culture.
Can you elaborate a little? You said different in a good way. What specifically are you liking?
We have a stage right in the middle of the track. That's not very typical for a track meet, and I think it's really exciting. We have this right behind us. I'm not even sure what's going to be happening there. Maybe a DJ set. I don't know, but I mean that is so cool. I haven't seen anything like this at a track meet before. People are going to be having a fun time. Normally track meets can just, they're all about track, right? And they're just about sitting in your seats and watching a race. And this is going to be about celebrating track, celebrating the runners, celebrating what we're experiencing. And it's going to be an experience for the spectators. And I think track really needs that. Other sports have it. And I love going to other sporting events. And I hope people can feel the same way about our sport.
Where are the gold medals?
The gold medals are safely at home in my closet. And honestly, I don't bring them out or look at them too much because it's never really about the medals. It's about the journey and what got them. So.
What's been the hardest part of, I guess, about mentally locking back in, like after the Olympics and training?
Honestly, it's one of the biggest challenges I think I've ever had to face, having such a long season and the emotional roller coaster of going to the Olympics and coming back from the Olympics and then putting your head down and hitting the track again and going back and training at such an intense level and balancing everything else that comes with being a gold medalist. And so I've just been fighting through it. I've trained myself to do that mentally over the years. And what I do for a living is wake up and I do things that I don't want to do all the time. And so that's what I had to do. And it's all going to be worth it when I can line up and feel good that I trained this.
It must feel good to have earned a chance to wake up and do some cool things that you want to be doing because of having done all the things you didn't want to be doing.
Absolutely.
Kind of allowed yourself.
That's that delayed gratification, right? Every day you wake up and you're like, I might not want to run retweet 400s today. I really don't want to do it. But you got to think about what you're doing it for. And that's why you always need to have a why and a purpose. And training for this meet is a perfect example for that. I mean, we're doing it for a reason. And this is a showcase of what we can do in women's track and field.
In the marketing for this event, you said that you never saw yourself as being one of the fastest women to run on 200. How has that pressure been and how are you dealing with that?
I think I never saw myself being one of the fastest women, but that doesn't mean I didn't believe that I could be. And there's definitely a lot of pressure that comes with that. But I mean, I believe in myself, and I've spent years kind of working on that confidence. And so I've proven to myself that I can do it. And for me, it's not, the pressure isn't about being one of the fastest women in the world. The pressure is more about me executing what I know I can do and proving to myself that I'm capable. So I'm just used to it at this point, and it's been such a great journey for me. And then I'm also okay with knowing that, you can't win every race, and certainly last year I didn't. And it's just about being the best athlete I can be, and putting myself out there, and that's what I'm doing.
There's been a lot of talk about how this event has been designed with athletes in mind, with a lot of your input. Like, can you talk about why that's important and what difference that makes?
Yeah, I mean, that's not something you see in sports every day, right? Those, people who are pulling the strings, actually including athletes in the decision making. And we've been included in this decision making for every step of the way. I mean, Alexis called me before this was even a possibility of thought. We didn't even know where the location was going to be, who was going to be running, what events were going to be running. And he really cared. And what's really cool about him is he just sits down and listens, right? He didn't know a thing about track, and now he's using track lingo when he's talking about, our sport in the races, which I really appreciate. And you see it. I mean, he doubled the prize money of the Diamond League, and that's fantastic because he saw what we deserve, and he doesn't want to stop there. We don't want to stop there, and so this is definitely a very unique experience for all of us.
What was your reaction when the Diamond League went up their prize money, I guess?
I mean, I think it's amazing to see the competition and how it's driving the sport forward. I mean, you have this meet, you have other initiatives, and the Diamond League reacting to that, I think is incredible. We've been wanting that for so long now, and now we have the support to really make it happen. And so, I mean, I think it's a special time for track and field. I mean, it's special for women's track, but especially track and field.
What were your biggest priorities when it came to rethinking how track meets can better serve the sport, its future, and its highest level competitors?
Sucks.
Okay, that's a good question. I was thinking if we could have a voice in the production and the operations of the track meet, I mean, that would be incredible. This will be half a year. Definitely more prize money. A lot of times athletes just really can't afford to race. A lot of times we're paying attention to just the top 1% of athletes who are competing, but there are a lot more who just can't afford to do all this and have these opportunities. So I think it's really important that we have the opportunity to make a living and make money. Yeah, I think those are the top two.
We're just not too far from home, Gabby. Any family coming down, friends, any close enough? What's that like?
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a lot of people coming by. The support is really incredible. So many of my friends are coming, my family, friends that I've made since being a pro athlete are coming. So it's going to be a really, really great experience, and it's going to feel good being so close to home.
What's the walkout song?
My walkout song is going to be a surprise.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, track and how we're watching it.
Well, for one, like you mentioned, when you're leaving college and you want to continue in track, or even if you want to just watch track, it's really hard to do that because there's no direction of where to go. You don't know where to watch it, who's running and when, because we don't have that structured quite yet.
No.
And this meet in particular is just going to be broadcasted in such an accessible way. And I think that's really exciting. Like, it's not hidden behind a paywall, right? If you want to watch it and you want to support us, but just at large women's sports, you can do that very easily at this track meet. And I think that is so huge for the sport. And I should have mentioned that earlier, but I'm just really excited about that. And we can spread the word and everyone can see what we're doing here. And I think it's just going to move the sport forward so much.